this is bad, don't let it touch me. It's a technique determining what is bad.
So you're saying he can no longer by himself determine what's bad or not? He can't look at something like, yo, that's dangerous.
Yeah, Eric, that's dangerous, right? If he cannot perceive Goku, right?
He already did. Standard battle assumptions. We already established this. He's looking right at the dude.
When I'm talking about attack speed, if he cannot perceive Goku attacking, right? He sees Goku over there. He's like, all right, that guy's dangerous. I can't let him get close, right? If he already perceives that, he says, all right, I do not want Goku close to me. I do not want him to attack me, right? If he perceives that, and he's obviously he's gonna blitz him, right? Or not even say blitz him. Obviously, he's faster because
you're careful to use blitz now.
Look, I tried not to use blitz, but like.
No, that wasn't a jab. That was just laughing. Yeah. That wasn't a jab. So that was just laughing.
In Dragon Ball, every single fight, right? This might sound like a stretch, but like this is proven. Like every single fight is either FTL or above. They've already been. All the characters are FTL or above. Post post like Frieza arc, right? Everything is slowed down for us, like the viewers, to watch the anime. We're not actually seeing.
Obviously, yeah.
So for Goku's already fighting on a different level of speed in comparison to Gojo. So if Gojo sees Goku and is like, this guy's dangerous, I don't want him to touch me, and Goku moves, right? He's obviously going to move faster than he can perceive it. And then he's obviously going to bypass or blitz that technique.
No.
Because how is the technique going to determine what's dangerous to him?
Again, so read again what you're saying. What I had been doing manually until now switched to automatic. Now it's not just the intensity of Curse Energy, but it's mass, speed, shape. I can use it all to distinguish the danger of the object. I can use it all. You're acting as if the technique is separate from Gojo. He says, I can use it all to distinguish the danger of the object. So hold on. Let me finish. So Gojo can now determine by looking at Goku and knowing that they're going to fight, because that's the standard battle. Some should be stupid to say otherwise. He knows that they're going to fight. He knows that Goku is now a danger. So now Goku is already sorted. He already now has to cross the infinite distance. You're trying to say the technique is separate from Gojo. But Gojo's saying, I can use it all.
I said that the technique works in conjunction with Gojo.
Okay, so in conjunction, so Gojo gets to determine through SBA, Goku's a threat.
Yeah, but if Goku is already faster than he can perceive, right? If he sees Goku standing there, right, and he blitzes him, rushes him, and then he rushes the technique itself, he can't sort this by this. He cannot sort by that.
He doesn't need to be sorted. He's already sorted.
Where does it say that he's already sorted, though?
What it says right there. What I've been doing manually now switched to automatic. Why would Gojo not look at Goku and be like, yo, you're a danger? Also, I want to address this real quick because I love this shit when people say this. Dundani, y'all grown. Correct. I'm grown and I'm talking about anime. I also make more in a week than you do in probably 6 months. So thanks, my guy. Call me whenever you drive a 2021 Audi with turbo and all-wheel drive. Thanks. Anyways, keep going, Mystic.
Now, can I touch on that too? How is somebody talking and debating about things that they love to talk about and debate about a problem to you? That makes no sense to me.
Dead ass.
This is what we find fun. There's no beef between us. We're debating about things we love to debate about.
Dead ass. Exactly.
So I don't understand.
Exactly.
Like that. Yeah.
Exactly, bro. Like, fuck. Dude, like, you don't think I just, like... Bro, I just got fucking head last night. I just got off with a client, and that client just paid me $350. You think I give a fuck what some dude thinks about me because he said I'm debating a fucking anime topic? Bro, shut the fuck up. You think I give a shit, dude? I make more in a week than you make in a year. Fuck off. All right, keep going. Right. Thank you. Thank you for that. Also, props to Mystic on that one. Fuck yeah. Fuck, dumbass fucking mindset.
What you are saying is not inherently wrong. I'm not saying you are wrong. But what I'm saying is, like, my perception of it is, like, if he's sorting things, right, there is a distance that he is sorting them. Like, he can't just say, oh, something a mile away is now dangerous. I'm not going to let that touch me.
No. But remember, they're not a mile away, right? They're I think it was like 10 feet. They're 10 feet, something like that. They're 10 feet in front of each other. So would you, we'll put it this way. I'll just try to like step by step it. So like standard battle assumptions. If you need me to show it to you, I can, by the way, but like,
I've seen it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So standard battle assumptions, they're looking at each other. I think it's like 10 feet. Let's say it's 10. Is that cool with you?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay. So if they're 10 feet away, it's not like he's like looking off into the fucking distance, like, yo, that dude with the spiky hair is a threat. He already at that point thinks Goku is a threat because otherwise they wouldn't be fighting. Are you okay with that?
Yeah.
Okay. So if he's already, he's now sorted him because he's a threat. Because remember, it's danger of the object. So threat level, danger, whatever. Oh, shit. Hold on.
Yeah.
I could Lucas Snow. Oh, fuck. Oh, shit. Hang tight. Sorry, that vibrating was me getting a work text. All right, cool. I will. If you hear my phone vibrate again, I will have to respond again whenever that comes through. But in the meantime, okay. So again, you're okay with the fact he sees Goku, knows he's a threat, right? Like that would be standard battle assumptions, right?
Yeah. My argument.
Okay.
Or you can go. You got it.
Yeah. Sorry. You heard the vibrate. Oh, fuck. If that deal falls through, that's like fucking 20 grand. Oh, fucking hell. That's okay. Okay. I'll get a response again, but I won't need to respond right away on the next one. All right, cool. Go ahead.
All right. So like what you are saying makes sense. I'm not saying that that's like a dumb argument. What I was saying was that what is given, or the technique itself was what is given that says that him seeing something dangerous is now his technique saying this is being blocked. This will never bypass you ever. Like what is saying that all right, I see danger.
So again, not that this will not touch you ever, right? What I'm saying is that he looks at Goku and thinks Goku is a threat, right?
Yeah.
And you said you're okay with that, right?
Yeah.
So if he is now a threat, as stated by the author, Goku is now on the receiving end of having to pass an infinite distance.
I get that's what I get what you're saying. But what I'm saying is if he's perceived as a threat, he's now never, like not never, but like he won't be able to touch Gojo unless he's infinite speed is what you're saying.
Infinite speed or higher, some form of spatial manipulation, some form of attack that doesn't travel, things like that.
Yeah.
There's like multiple ways to bypass infinity. Power negation, if he has some form of that on an infinite degree.
So I'll give you a scenario. Let's say that Yuji, right? Let's say that Yuji just turns into Sukuna or whatever, and he just like behind Gojo, and he attacks Gojo. If Gojo doesn't deem Yuji as a threat, is Yuji gonna hit Gojo, or is the technique itself going to block it because it's perceived as dangerous?
Well, no, because remember, it's not just the fact that it's the character, right? It's mass, speed, shape, and cursed energy. Yeah. So if all of that, sure, somehow, let's say the guy had no cursed energy, somehow didn't have any mass, speed, or shape. Like, let's say, I don't know, not Zamasu, Zeno. Like, Zeno closed his hand. Yes, that would fucking neg Gojo. Absolutely. Like, if Zeno closed his hands and used his version of Hakai, which can fucking erase entire universes casually. Then absolutely. Because there's no mass, there's no speed, there's no shape. Sure, you can argue there's ki involved in it, but it can erase an entire universe and doesn't show to have any travel time. So it's just, there you go, done.
I'll explain my perception of it, and then we'll go from there because
Sure.
we'll go straight into the actual like Goku versus Gojo, right? So my perception of it is that his infinity is a certain radius around him, right? As you can see here, this is where it stops. So the argument can be said. The argument can be said that if his infinity is blocking things, like it'll hit his infinity, and at this moment, the infinity itself is determining. All right, this is bad. I won't let it touch. It gets blocked, right? Gojo's not determining. Like you can see, he's not even looking at the pen. He's not determining this is dangerous. The technique itself is now doing that, right? If Goku is faster, then the technique can determine if it's dangerous or it will hurt Gojo. My theory is that he would bypass it, right? As you can see, this hits him, that hits him, that doesn't, right? If the technique itself is sorting what is bad, like all right, this is not gonna hurt him. This is an eraser. This is gonna hurt him. This is sharp. Gojo's not looking at either one of these things and is sorting itself, right? I know you're saying that Gojo is saying this guy's dangerous. Don't let him touch me, right? But if he is faster than Gojo can perceive, he has to essentially rely on the technique itself to determine what is about to hit his infinity. Because I understand what you're saying that if he's dangerous, the infinity will not let him bypass. But how would the infinity itself know that, all right, this is Goku trying to get to this infinity? If the infinity can't perceive that it's Goku or perceive that it's just air or perceive that it's just something trying to bypass his infinity, it wouldn't be able to block it. That's my argument. If he's faster
It's
than
like
Gojo,
it's like you're asserting that the technique is like this separate sentient being away from Gojo.
no, like it's not uncommon in anime for an ability to be selective or to operate on its own accord. It's not uncommon. The technique
I'm not.
itself.
I'm not saying that, but you're saying that even though Gojo has assessed this person to be a threat to him, Limitless also has to. Like,
No,
it's
that's
his
not.
technique. Like he created, or not he created, but like he uses Limitless.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is that this sorting is happening at a certain distance and at a certain rate. That's my assertion. I'm asserting that that's happening at a certain distance and a certain rate. So he can say that all right, Goku is a danger to me, but if Goku gets past his perception, right, he's essentially relying on the technique itself to block Goku.
I
Now,
disagree, and I want to explain why you've already contradicted that into a concession. So I'll explain. Again, that's not a jab. That's just like
yeah,
how you kind of routed yourself back into essentially a concession. So you already agreed Gojo is able to look at Goku and say that's a threat because obviously that's logical and you don't have a problem with that. So then your argument though is even though he's considered a threat, if Goku is faster than the perception, then he would still bypass Limitless. Am I correct in that?
my argument is that this sorting is happening at a certain distance.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
He can say, all right, you're a danger, and like for instance, if he's constantly covered in infinity, right? If he's constantly covered in I don't believe that he's constantly covered in infinity. I'm saying that he's putting infinity in front of things that are danger to him, right? Because like if he was constantly covered in infinity, that wouldn't have bypassed. This is the only thing being blocked, right? That's my assertion. So what I'm saying is that if Goku, even though he considers him a threat, how is he able to decide that all right, he's a threat? I'm gonna put an infinite space between where he attacks. How is he? So if Goku goes for the stomach, he's just gonna know that Goku's going for his stomach. Or if Goku goes for like a head kick or something, is he's just gonna know Goku's going for a head kick? Or this technique is just gonna automatically put that infinite space between him and that attack at any point that Goku is punching. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying that yes, he can perceive him as dangerous, but even if Goku just gets close to him and punches him, he doesn't know exactly where to put that infinity, or exactly where he's going to block. Because
What?
I get
What?
it sounds confusing, but my argument is that
No,
he
no,
is
no.
putting.
Why? Hold on. So we'll stop there. So I don't unless you could assert a way that oh, the infinity is only in the spot that's being attacked. Um, that's never been asserted like ever. But like let's just go with the fact that okay, so you were saying he perceives Goku as a threat, right? And I was still trying to get some argument. That's why I just wanted to ask you a question, but then you went on again about the thing. But that's fine. So Goku considered a threat. You're okay with that, right? So he's now on the receiving end of Limitless. But your argument is that if he's fast and Limitless, then he'll bypass whatever. But the problem is you also already agreed to the fact that it's an infinite distance as stated by the author whenever they further substantiated on what Limitless does.
Yeah, I get what
it's
you're
not,
saying.
Remember, it's not an infinitely expanding space. It's an infinite space.
Yeah.
As stated by the author. So once you are considered a threat, which you agreed, he's considered a threat, then he now has to cross the infinite distance as stated by the author.
So that okay. Do you have like a link to the author's like, or where to find that?
I mean, I can't really send you a link on TikTok, but I can send it to you after. But I mean, I haven't lied to you once. Like I showed you the scan too, and like I can show you the scan again. But like I'll show the scan because I can't send a link through TikTok. But like, there's like I'm not lying.
I was just saying because like if he's all right, I stated like if everything that's detected that is dangerous to him now gets blocked. If he or the technique itself cannot detect if it's or the danger or the impending attack, right? How is he able to block that? But you're saying that he's already sorted automatically because he's deemed dangerous.
No. Yeah, he's already on the receiving end because as we stated and you agreed, he would already think Goku is a threat because that's the standard battle assumption. They're looking right at each other.
Yeah. So again, if he's already, you can determine that, all right, he's dangerous to me, right? Right now, in the fight, he is not, like, let's just say that this Gojo's looking at Gojo, right? Goku. Yep. Right now, all right, he's dangerous. There is no infinity around him, right, at that moment. If Goku charges him at, like, max speed or FTL, whatever the case may be, you're saying that the infinity itself is going to activate at FTL speeds and block him.
No, I never stated that at all. What?
Or you're just saying that he's already covered in infinity, and that since he is deemed dangerous, he will never be able to he won't be able to touch him unless he's faster than infinite speeds. Is what you're saying?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So like, where is that? Like, I understand that it says that it's infinite speed or infinite space, right? I understand that. Yeah. But if he is standing here, and this infinite space or this technique, I stated, activates automatically. That's essentially
no. It's always on. It doesn't activate automatically. It's always on. He can sort things automatically, but it's always on.
Yeah, so it's always on. What you're saying is that he's already been sorted before he's even reached infinity.
Yeah, because again, standard battle assumptions, they're looking at each other. Yeah, and he considers him a danger off the bat. Yeah, exactly.
Again, so like if his infinity is on and is going to automatically block him or automatically stop him, you're saying that is happening at an FTL speed. That is what that.
No, I'm not saying it's happening at FTL speed. I'm saying that he was already sorted as bad, right? And since infinity is always on, or limitless is always on, and as stated by the author, what limitless actually is an infinite distance. And since he's already on the bad side of limitless now, he now has to cross an infinite distance because limitless is always on.
Right? I'm saying that. Well, essentially, I'm saying that, right? If the technique is automatic targeting options for whatever the case may be, right? It's automatically stopping these things, right? The technique itself is not like it's passive. It's always on and it's always going to detect what's dangerous by these requirements: mass, speed, shape, and curse energy. Goku doesn't have curse energy. He will only be in a category
verse equalization. Verse equalization.
Right?
Verse equalization. Easily, like that's always also standard battle assumption is verse equalization. Ki would equal curse energy. So yes, he would have curse energy.
Okay. So
and vice versa, of course. Otherwise, for example, you would have to agree then that Goku couldn't kill fucking Mahito because Mahito doesn't have, or because Mahito has curse energy and only curse spirits can be damaged by curse energy. Like, that's why verse equalization is a thing. Otherwise, fucking, yeah, like the fucking tree would kill Goku then. Like, yes, so he has cursed energy.
All right, so these are the requirements for something to be deemed dangerous, right? He's sorting things, objects, but actually no, this is a different one. Because like in the other, I guess I figure there's a different translation or something, because this one says it's not just intensity of curse energy, it's just this distinguished by the danger levels of these categories, right? So
all right, so you know what? Actually, let's just, because I do have to conclude here soon. I'll just steelman this, okay? So let's just steelman. You're saying Goku is what speed?
I'm gonna say Goku is massive FTL. Massive FTL.
Okay, or not even MFTL plus, just MFTL?
He probably would be FTL plus. But for the sake of the argument, I was just saying MTL.
Sure. All right, MFTL. Cool. All right, so. All right, let's do. All right. Let me grab the scan. Sorry, I would like to keep going on about that topic, and we can discuss it more later, but I do have to go here soon, so I'm just going to finish this up in a different way. All right, so I'm just going to...
Chat, I get he is way faster. I was just saying for the sake of the argument, I'm putting him at MFTL. That's what I was saying.
Okay, so MFTL is 8.74E plus 8, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Fuck, what chapter was this? 91? I went too far.
Why haven't I mentioned instant transmission? All right, so the reason why I haven't is because essentially, yeah, his instant transmission would get him from point A to point B, but I personally don't feel like he would just. Well, I don't know. The recent chapters shows him and Gas using instant transmission while fighting. So essentially,
instant transmission got retcon to not travel an infinite distance.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying.
So. Okay, so whenever Gojo got sealed away, the conditions for him was to be around the box for a minute. Do you remember? Shit. Do you care about spoilers?
No, I know. I know all of this already.
Okay, fuck. I don't know why I covered that. I already showed it. I don't know why I covered it. Okay, so you know about this, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so Jogo got pissed off because, he was like, what the fuck? There's no way we're going to keep him there for a fucking minute, right? Yeah. But then he states it only has to be a minute within his brain. So although it was just an instant, for Satoru Gojo, 1 minute passed a long time ago, because he then processed, he's real, blah, 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 all came flowing in his vein. 3 years of his youth was processed into his brain, which is hence why he got sealed instantly. As again, instantly, instead of having to stand around the box for a minute because they knew that wouldn't be possible. Do you have any problems with that?
No.
Okay, so 3 calendar years is 9.461 E plus 7. MFTL and even MFTL plus is only 8.74 plus 8. He can process faster than MFT.
So essentially, is what you're saying is that he can't be speed blitzed. Is what you're saying, or process like
Well,
any.
I'm saying by your argument here, since I steel manned yours, and you said MFTL, then he can process faster than MFTL. As shown by math of what 3 years of processing in an instant would be compared to MFTL.
Okay, so essentially, I guess you could say that hold on. What's the other one?
That's how fast his limit he could react.
It's gonna take forever.
I don't need to scan. Just tell me what your argument is.
All right, so my argument is that if he's okay, so what you're saying is that he's processing information at FTL speeds or MFTL speeds or faster than MTL speeds, FTL speeds, right?
Correct.
He would essentially be able to perceive Goku or anyone else that's moving at that speed.
According to the scale that you gave me, and according to the argument that I steel manned of you saying it has to process for it to then be caught up in limitless, yes. By those steel man perspectives, yes.
Okay, so all right, what do you scale Gojo's infinity to be? Right, because essentially, not saying you, but most characters say, or no, not characters. Most people on this app tend to say that because he's controlling an infinite space, that he is now uni. He can process this as a.
I don't scale it to anything. It's just a hack. I don't scale it to anything. Right, it's just an infinite distance.
So, if as stated, there's nothing in the manga that states that Gojo can manipulate time, right, or space time.
I mean, actually,
I know what you're talking about, the prison realm thing with time.
No, not even that either. But there is something. But anyways, keep going anyway.
Right. So
it's not relevant anyway. So keep going.
Essentially, Gojo would still be 3D, and Goku could easily scale the 4th dimensional.
Okay.
Some would bring him to 5. I wouldn't bring him to 5. Just for the sake of the argument, I would say he's 4th dimensional. Right.
Okay.
So he would still bypass infinity. Given that.
Okay. So how are you getting him to 4th dimensional? Let's go over that one. I know you're using Versus Battle Wiki or character stats and profile.
Let's see. I don't really use Versus Battle Wiki that much.
Which one do you use? Character stats?
No, I'm not even aware of character stats.
Okay, no worries. Then let's just go over. Then how do you get him to 4th dimensional? What's the 4th spatial curve that you use?
Right. So essentially,
let me address this because I asked this a couple times. Clean window. Steel man means I'm just going to not worry about what he's arguing. I'm just going to give him that in order to move the argument forward because I don't consider it relevant. That's what steel manning is.
Okay.
All right. So how do you scale Goku to 4th dimensional without using the tiering system?
Okay. So, basically, some might not agree with this, but in the fight versus Beers and Goku, their fight, right?
Yep. And I don't need scans, so don't worry. Just keep going.
Yeah. Their fight, right? It's already been determined that Dragon Ball, the verse itself, is 4th dimensional. It's a multiple realms condensed into one universe around, like the North Kai realm, etc. Right? So that's already a 4D concept, like concept, right? And just them clashing alone was going to destroy all of that. Again, and then you can even scale Goku to be 5D due to the fact that Broly and Gogeta, them fighting almost destroyed like. But I'm not. I know. I see that look. Some people would argue. Some people would argue that. I'm not. I don't feel like Goku has exerted that much strength to the point that he can mimic that clash that.
All right. As long as you're saying he's not, then I'm not gonna even worry about it. As long as you're saying that he's not, that's cool.
Due to the feats that were presented, him during the tournament of power of him affecting an infinite space anyway, and then you would say that the Dragon Ball verse again is a infinite
Oh,
space.
hold on. The infinite power, the tournament of power, infinite space. Are you talking about the infinite world of void?
Yeah.
Okay, so how does that scale him anywhere?
I'm not using that. I'm not using that. It was stated that he was affecting, or he was the entire.
Well,
world
no,
of
and I get that. And I get that. It's say that
yeah.
he shook the world of void, right?
Yeah.
Even though, like, by logical standing, he would actually have just shooken the stage because the person who stated that he was shaking the world was Krillin, and there's no way to substantiate that he can sense the entirety of the infinite space. But let's say that he did. So the infinite void was a void of nothing, essentially, except for the arena that had space and time in it. So where would shaking infinite nothing scale you to?
I'm not using that one. I'm just saying,
okay.
Fight with Beerus and Goku, right? It's 100% positive that current Goku right now, because I stated in the manga, not the manga, the anime, that Goku's the Battle of God, that form was basically absorbed by him, condensed, and that was his base form power, right?
Okay.
So essentially, Beerus during that clash, Beerus and Goku were hitting each other with equal amount of power. That's why the clash canceled out, right? And those clashes essentially was going to destroy everything, right? Goku, current manga Goku, is like tens of times stronger than that point.
Okay.
Than that point. You need to take into account that Goku wasn't hitting Beerus to try to outpower him. He was only hitting him to match him because I stated the Saiyans cannot survive in space, right?
Yep.
If Saiyans cannot survive in space, that means that they were fighting in the stratosphere. That means that Goku was not trying to outpower Beerus. He was trying to nullify those attacks that were being thrown.
Right. So real quick, can I ask? Like, I understand this whole. I know. Trust me, I know that entire fight. Right. What's your argument there? So, like, I don't want to interrupt you, but it's just like I know this fight. So, like, what's the argument?
I'll cut to the chase. Current manga Goku right now is 10 times is way stronger. I'm not gonna say 10 times because I don't know that. I'm gonna say it's way stronger than the point of power that they were exerting. Again, Beerus was exerting the same amount of power that Goku was matching at the same time, and they were nullifying. They were clashing essentially, right?
Yep.
So right now, Goku can replicate that same clash with his strength.
Okay.
Right? So right now, he could affect a 4D concept right now. Manga like form Goku can affect a 4D concept. And I know I'm not gonna bring this up and say that this is true, right? Infinite Zamasu, right? I'm not saying this. Some people will say that Infinite Zamasu like merging with the timelines and stuff like that. Goku saying he could beat him. Like, I feel like that's far fetched. That's why I'm not using it. So essentially, my argument is coming from just that fight. I'm not using anything else. What I'm saying is that if Goku right now is way stronger than the point that he was when Goku and Beerus were fighting, and they were affecting a 4D construct, and he wasn't even trying to outpower him, he was just trying to match him. Goku would easily scale to 4D now.
Okay.
Again, and he's already showing that he's relative to the strongest in the universe. Right. Again, so it's like you could easily scale him to 4D.
Okay, so let me ask this then, right? Okay, so like he has a 4D attack, right? Let's say that he were to have a fourth dimensional attack. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
So what's the argument? So you're saying 4D AP. I would hope you're not saying 4D existence, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Goku's a 3D existence that have 4D powers.
Okay, thank God. Okay, cool. So let's say that's the case, right? Now what? Okay, he has 40 AP, so now what?
He was scale higher than Gojo in purposes of like.
I have no problem with that. I'm saying what does that do for this fight? I get that he's scaled higher. I get that, like his AP, but what does that do?
Affect the infinite space, right? Current manga Goku right now, like versus Gas Goku right now, if he's able to affect an infinite space, right, he will then be able to affect Gojo's infinity just by hitting it. Again,
he would hit the infinity. He would hit space.
He's been able to show relative to the Beerus and Goku's fight.
Well, no, I get that. But in order to do that, he had to clash with somebody. He He's not punching space. He doesn't just walk over and punch space.
Yeah, I know that.
Is Beerus gonna be there and they're gonna clash fists next to Gojo?
No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is essentially fourth diamond. His 4D would scale higher than his infinity, right? He would then be able to bypass that infinite by his Gojo's infinity. He would scale above that. That's what I'm saying. Because again, Gojo's infinity is as stated by him, his infinity is everywhere. He just brings it to reality. His infinity is on a 3D concept.
So what would you say if it said it did affect space-time?
If Gojo's ability affects space-time, I guess he wouldn't scale to that. I guess. How does Gojo scale?
Oh, shit.
He wouldn't scale to that. I guess. How does Gojo scale?
Oh, shit.
Wouldn't scale to that. I guess. How does Gojo scale?
Oh, shit.
Wouldn't scale to that. I guess.
Hold on, my audio is super lagged because I hit the wrong button. Hold on, my audio is super lagged because I hit the wrong button. Hold on, my audio is super Holy shit, it's like double going. Hang tight. Let me reconnect. It's like double going. Hang tight. Let me reconnect. It's like double.
Hold on. I think he's coming back. Hold on. No, Pinoypins' argument was perfect. He had a great argument. Essentially, what I was saying is that even though he deemed Goku as dangerous, there is a certain distance that this stuff is being that the attacks are being sorted. Again, even if he was deemed dangerous, the technique itself or Gojo itself would have to block Goku from hitting him. Even if he was deemed dangerous, he's not in the radius of the infinity. Again, he would still bypass that. All right. How do you not believe Goku is 4D, bro? Okay. All right. We're not going to get into that. We're not going to get into that. Hold on. All right. I got you. Are you good?
All right. Is my audio lagging again, or are we good?
No, you're perfect. You're perfect.
All right, cool. I can't see me. Can you see me? I can't see me.
Oh, you're good. You're good.
All right. Okay, let's test this too, because I want to make sure I can show something. Because right now I can't see anything. I can see you, but I can't see me. Can you? And I flip my camera. Can you see this?
It's gray.
Fuck. All right, hang tight. Let me reconnect one more time. What the hell?
You're good. You're good. No, you're good. I can see it now. It was like it was close up and I couldn't see it.
Oh, okay. You can see me?
Yeah, like you can turn it back around.
Okay, yeah, I can turn it back around. So you said if it was space time, you would consider that 4D, and then there'd be a stalemate then, right?
Yeah.
All right. So I don't know where my camera's pointing, but there you go.
Yeah, I cannot hear you. What are you saying?
It says controlling space-time with precise manipulation of cursed energy.
That's anime.
What's up?
Anime. That was anime.
It was the JJK0, but that was just the movie one, rather than from the movie. Just a different, just a translation from the movie when I watched it in the movie theaters. Pinoy ran away. I'm right here. What?
Yeah, he did run.
I'm literally right here. What the fuck? Can they not see me?
Okay. Let me see this. Wow, this is not working. Where is it?
We can see you. Oh, okay. I don't know why the guy said I was ducking then. I'm right here.
Yeah, I don't know. You literally said it was you couldn't hear anything or your audio was going out.
Weird. Well, yeah, I knew my audio was going out, but like I'm back. Like, what? People are such goons.
They try to start and stuff. Like there's like, stop it.
Yeah.
Let's see. No, I get exactly what you're talking about, but for some reason, let's see, fit somewhere. Let's see. That's not what I meant. Let's see.
What the fuck? Here, while you're doing that, I'm gonna plug my phone in. So you're gonna be staring at the ceiling for a second. What are you looking for again? Because I really don't need scans for the most part.
All right. So like that same exact thing you showed from the movie, right?
Yeah.
In the manga, it says a precise curse power manipulation that interferes at an atomic level to manipulate space. It doesn't state space time in the manga.
Okay. Yeah.
So
I
it's
mean,
like,
you can argue different translations. What if I just wanted to argue with the movie version of him then?
okay, well, again, like, I mean, like you got a point, but like then again, it's like, hold on. What's the other one? If we were to argue that all right, he can actually manipulate space time, then again, Goku again would scale. No, where's the other one? I forgot what the anime scan was. I cannot find that Goku scan where it said, all right, yeah. So essentially, if you were to say that, if you were to argue that the anime or the movie version was better, that means that I could say that King Kai saying that Goku forced himself into the future. That would mean that Goku would still have infinite speed to bypass infinity. That would mean that Goku would still be.
No, see,
That,
you could try, but then I would ask you to prove consistency on why he still uses instant transmission if his raw movement speed is faster than instant transmission.
no, I'm talking about when King Kai versus Goku versus him, when King Kai stated that Goku was forcing himself into the future, and that he basically to be able to transcend time, right? To force yourself into the future, he would have infinite, right?
No, he would have immeasurable speed if he was casually moving through linear time. That's actually immeasurable.
Yeah, immeasurable speed, right?
Sure. Yep.
Again, I could argue that and still say that.
No, you could try, and I would argue it's hyperbolic, and then my argument would then be, tell me why he uses instant transmission whenever his raw movement speed is faster than his technique, and yet he still uses it.
I guess because
consistency is so very important for scaling, and
yeah,
you can't give me a good reason why he would catch opponents who scale relative to him off guard with instant transmission when it's 2 tiers lower in inaccessible speeds and yet still catches people off guard. There's no consistency for that. You could try, but there's none.
the same thing could be argued for Gojo's though, because how was he manipulating space time if he's actually putting an infinite space around him? That would mean that everything essentially, that means like light, sound, and everything would be blocked.
No, because that's why he sorts it and doesn't consider those a threat.
So like, so basically, what you're saying is that he can block sound, light, and everything.
No. So hold on. First off, let's also establish affecting space time doesn't actually change anything to what he can and can't filter through. Adding a temporal dimension doesn't change anything. Yeah. Right? Like you want to add a spatial vector? That's fine. That's fine. Still doesn't change your ability to filter out light, sound, and other things like that. And then you add a temporal dimension instead. That's still not changing the spatial vectors that would stop you from interacting with light, sound, and other things that are on a 3D space. Like you can still filter those in regardless of the spatial or temporal vectors that you're affecting.
Okay, so if I'm not trying to straw man your argument. So are you saying that he can block everything, sound, light, all of that, and he just allows those things to pass through if they're dangerous or not?
We don't know, but theoretically, when it comes to light, possibly not, because again, the whole point of light is to be massless. But light also has speed, and so theoretically he could. We don't know. It's just a theory.
Okay, so like if he says that he cannot even block poison, how can we say that he can block sound, light, or anything else?
How are poison, light, and sound equivocated? Those are vastly different things. Why would those be equivocated at all?
So essentially, poison, as small as it is down to the molecule, right? As small as it is, it can still be classified as like as I guess like not an object essentially, because you could see and still touch poison, but it would be classified as something that can be grabbed, like poison down to the molecule is like water essentially. Like if I threw water on Gojo, could he block it? Right.
He already has, yes.
All right. So essentially, he should be able to block poisons.
Right.
But
which again, you're using a past scan, and we've already talked about how in the next panel, which you said you don't have because you don't have the actual manga chapters. The next panel, he stated he's trying to do that, keep limitless on at all times, domain expansion, hand techniques, and teleportation. He could do every single one of those things now. So yes, through inductive reasoning, logically, if he trained to do all of those things and can do all of those things now, it stands to reason he can do the other thing that he said he trained to do as well. So yes,
okay.
I would argue
there
that as well.
Any proof that now he can block poison?
Inductive reasoning, exactly. That's what I just said.
Inductive reasoning, but it's like you would have to, you're basically inferring that he can now, even though he said it's still too hard. Even though this is a past statement, there's nothing that states different.
Yeah. So let's go over why, right? Like you can make inductive reasonings to come up with the most logical solution, right? So for example, in this case, he is stating he is training to do all of these things, and now he can do all of these things. He hasn't shown to do poison yet, but he can teleport. He can minimize hand signs. He can use domain expansion. He can use red. He can use blue. He can use purple. He can even teleport other people. But the one thing he didn't do was poison? No, I'm going to say with reasoning, he can just use that because he did everything else that he trained to do.
He blocked. All right. So all right, if you can say that he can block everything, right?
I didn't say everything.
Not everything, but well, technically, you're saying that he can block sound and light or anything that's not dangerous. So, like, if someone throws a light speed attack at him,
I said theoretically he possibly could. Theoretically,
but to base that argument on a theory rather than an actual like proof would not be
no. Because again, I said theoretically because I did state he could block a light attack. Because you asked me, could he block light? I said theoretically. We don't know though, but I said theoretically based off of what he has said, which is speed, mass, and all these things. And then I substantiated and showed you proof that he can indeed sort things out at things faster than light anyway, which is 9.46 E plus 7, which was processing 3 years of information within just an instant. Then yes, theoretically, he could. He hasn't shown to, but theoretically, he could.
So, okay.
So what's your argument? It's like where are you going with this, so that we're not going back and forth?
I brought this scan up before, not in this argument, but in a previous video, right? When they first start their battle off, he uses his infinity. He is not where he even says like, hold on, go up.
Yeah, he says sound. Yeah, you can hear it. What about it?
If his infinity can block that, why would he dodge that and says combining sonic and explosive attacks not bad, essentially proving, and then he gets hit again, essentially proving that the sound was a danger to him. If it was a danger to him, his infinity would have blocked it. He would have never needed to dodge in the first place. Now that does sound like a reach. I can see it in your face. That does sound like a reach because essentially, like the whole fight, Gojo was doing like dodging, or like he was like going toe to toe with him. Okay, but
Yeah.
specifically this scan, he notices the sound and he dodges as if that was a danger to him. Even he already perceived it. He already acknowledged it. That was a danger to him, and he dodges it.
So what are you saying the danger was? The explosion or the sound?
Obviously, the explosion itself, because that's what the first attack was. I believe was an explosion. He wasn't affected by that. Even this attack, he wasn't affected by that. He only chose to dodge when the sound was in the equation. And then he says combining sonic and explosive attacks, not bad. And then he gets
Yeah.
hit by a attack which he doesn't block anyways. Again, another attack that he doesn't block, that he doesn't dodge anyways.
Wait, he gets hit? Where? Where does he get hit?
All right, he got hit right here.
He did? Oh, hold up.
Not like hit, but like
No. I don't know. I don't know. What are you saying?
The first time he got hit right here. This is him, and then he hits him again.
Okay,
right
so
here.
but that's why I'm confused. You said he hits him, but he doesn't really hit him. So like, what are you talking about? I'm confused.
He hits the infinity. I'll clarify that.
Okay. I was like, I'm very confused on what you're saying right now.
Yeah, my bad. That was my bad. He hits the infinity, is what I'm saying.
Okay.
And he does not dodge any of those attacks that are being those explosive attacks. The only one he dodges is the one that is a combination of sound, which is he noticed and dodges that. But if his infinity could dodge that or could block that,
so what's the argument here? So yeah, because like I said, I said it's possible. I didn't say he could. I said it's possible he could block out sound if he wanted to. What's the argument? So yes, sound went through. Okay, so now what?
My argument is that if he was only sorting objects,
you like cut out for a second.
He's only
go back.
Oh, sorry,
you cut out for a second. Go back.
All right. What I was saying, that if he was only sorting objects, as stated, an object is something that can be seen or touched. That means that is what the technique is now doing. We have no proof that he can sort poison or light or sound or anything of that nature. Because the first time he's ever encountered, or the first fight that we see where he encounters sound, what does he do? He dodges it, and then he proceeds to get hit.
Okay.
Or no, sorry, they proceed to hit infinity on every other occasion.
Okay.
He doesn't feel the need or the danger to block, or to not block, to dodge these attacks. Right. So my argument is that assess or assume that he can now block poison. We can only go by off what we know. He knows he can block objects. So again, any attack that doesn't have, as stated by objects is something that can be seen or touched. Seen and touched. That classifies as not. So anything, I would say that would you classify